Homeseek is a newly released post-apocalyptic survival strategy game developed by Greek-based studio Traptics. Homeseek is unique in that players must utilize realistic technologies and reckon with lifelike climate catastrophes while attempting to manage a settlement's scarce resources and embarking on dangerous expeditions that will prove to be the difference between a slim, celebrated success and harsh, bitter failure. Research, construct advancements, and make life or death decisions as you and your colonists search for a sustainable place to call home. Though set in an imaginary future, Homeseek strives for realism, and just like in the real world, there are many factors to consider when building your settlement. Levels are designed with different points of elevation, which presents an extra challenge when placing your life-sustaining infrastructure, as buildings work most efficiently when constructed in strategic locations. If water storages are placed too far from their respective sources, for instance, much of your valuable reserves can go to waste. In a world as harsh as Homeseek's, every single drop of water counts, so players must consider placement carefully before construction begins. The word scrap is a relic from the old world, but don't let it fool you. This stuff is valuable. This material is used to build some of the most important and useful items in Homeseek's world. In fact, each building will require an amount of scrap for construction, so don't ignore this precious resource when you find it in your camp or out in the wastes. Careful management of your colony's reserves is the only way to give your survivors the best chance of success. So expanding your settlement has to be done judiciously, lest you outpace the production of scarce resources. Not only that, but it's important to ensure your citizens' needs are being met, within reason given the harsh times. Ensuring your colonists have a place to sleep, enough to eat and drink, and a med center to heal them when they're sick can help to retain members of your settlement and ensure fewer people perish to the trials of the severe environment. You'll never survive if you wait it out at home. Progress means taking risks, which involves setting out into the perilous and unpredictable wasteland in order to find resources, new technologies and laws, and to determine the direction your colony will head next in your search for long-term survival. You'll have to pull workers away from their other jobs in order to form expedition parties. Sending out more than one party ensures faster discoveries, but it also risks running low on the workforce at home. Failing to keep up production in order to sustain your colony can prove just as disastrous as failing to find your next settlement location before your wells run dry. So it's up to you to make the tough choices and balance these two necessities for your settlement. While out on expeditions, you'll be faced with more of Homeseek's story-rich events. These scenarios will force you to make decisions that aren't easy and may not appeal to your modern-day sensibilities, but in the harsh world of Homeseek, it quickly becomes clear that survival outweighs everything, especially when you have an entire colony leaning on you and your decisions. Each choice can change the trajectory of your story and will deliver consequences that can make or break the success of your quest for survival. Once you make discoveries on your expeditions, it's important to set to work on researching them as soon as possible. These resources are extremely valuable to the long-term survival of your colony, and the technologies and laws you discover will follow you as you make your way to new locations in your search for a sustainable solution. Speaking of laws, they're imperative to keep your civilization running smoothly. Whether it's limiting the amount of water your citizens can take in a day, or giving them extra tasks as they move about the colony, implementing these rules will contribute to the long-term sustainability of your settlement. With 2 campaigns spanning over 9 scenarios, each of which is playable in story mode, endless mode, and survival mode, and providing dozens of hours of gameplay, Homeseek offers myriad opportunities to challenge the best city builder and resource management gamers out there. Your survival decision-making skills will be put to the test like never before. The cutthroat multiplayer mode allows you to compete against other players and will drive home the harsh truth that in Homeseek's world, only the strongest and most ruthless will rise victorious.